Good evening, you're watching the Indian Express and we are back with our daily update on the Bihar elections. Till the election results are declared on November 10, daily we will bring you 3 key developments of the day you need to know about this election, which as a contest is turning more difficult to predict by the day and has two very different set of ideologies and politics competing against each other. A lot of buzz in this election has been around Tejasvi Yadav's promise of 10 lakh government jobs in the RJD manifesto, and the promise has resonated with voters so much so that the BJP, which had earlier sneered at it, was forced to play catch up, and in its own manifesto it promised 19 lakh jobs. So the very first thing we'll bring for you today is a breakdown of the numbers of these jobs promises of both the RJD and the BJP side. Tejasvi Yadav has said that if he comes to power, the very first decision his cabinet will take and his very first signature will be on a proposal signing these additional jobs. How he has arrived at the figure of 10 lakh is that he says in the state budget there is already a provision for 4.5 lakh vacant jobs, and he says that the Niti Aayog in a report had said that 5.5 lakh more jobs are needed for Bihar's progress. So he has added these two figures and he has arrived at the 10 lakh figure, and he says that these additional 5.5 lakh jobs that he is going to create will be in sectors like medicine, education and the police services. Now, is this promise possible to implement? The BJP JDU say no. They have the ruling combine has said that if 10 lakh more people are hired by the government, then the state simply does not have the money to pay these additional 10 lakh people, and if the state were to pay these 10 lakh more employees, then it would have to cut money from other crucial schemes in order to meet this expense. Tejasvi has hit back at this by saying that the money is very much there, but the current government had stolen it through scams, or that Nitish Kumar spent 500 crore in brightening his face in government ads. That's what Tejasvi has said. The BJP on its part has offered 19 lakh jobs, but what the difference between BJP and JDU is, RJD is promising 10 lakh government jobs. BJP is saying it will create avenues for 19 lakh more jobs, which will include the private sector, and hence the burden of the salaries will not fall on the state government alone. The second thing we have today is our daily update of who said what to whom, and today we have Jitan Ram Manjhi of the Hindustani Awam Morcha, who has raised questions on Chirag Paswan's role in the death of his father, Union Minister Ram Vilas Paswan. Manjhi has, his party, has written to Prime Minister Narendra Modi demanding a probe into Ram Vilas Paswan's death, and they have raised questions about why the hospital in which Paswan was admitted did not release regular medical bulletins despite him being a union minister, and also why the hospital allowed only 3 people 3 members of his family to visit him. Chirag has hit back by saying that people were now playing politics over a dead person, and he has said that he had actually informed Jitan Ram Manjhi of his father's critical condition, but the leader never came to visit him in the hospital. Manjhi's HAM is now a part of the NDA. It had earlier been a part of Mahagathbandhan, but it walked out over seat sharing and is now fighting the elections along with the BJP and JDU. The third thing we have for you is something our journalist Harish Damodaran found on the ground, that while the centre is touting the doing away of APMCs as a great reform in Bihar, where APMCs have not been around for some years, farmers actually say that they want the mandis like in Punjab and Haryana. So APMCs are marketplaces which are regulated by the state government, where farmers come to sell their produce. And the Nitish government in 2006 had scrapped the APMC Act, allowing farmers to sell their produce outside of these mandis. So technically this is expected to give farmers greater freedom in terms of whom they sell their produce to and what rates they get for their produce. But what farmers say is that they simply do not have the means to cart their produce to markets far away, and there are no storage facilities, adequate transportation facilities, so that is something they just cannot manage. And secondly, while in mandis they would have at least a few traders queuing up for their produce, now they are forced to sell to one small vyapari who they then sells it up to bigger traders, whatever. So they are saying that APMCs gave them both more security and a better produce a better cost, a better price for their produce, and it would actually help them if the APMCs were functional in Bihar like they are in some other states. So this is all for today. Keep watching the Indian Express. We'll be back again tomorrow.